ice in the vase.
Yeah, I mean, no surprise right there. We were kind of flying through the sky.
He's literally doing those aim trainer maps that we see, but it's just in zero build. But again, you know, he understands competition. He's entered competitions himself and then joined by Cooper, who's an incredible IGL. But if we're going to talk about a dark horse, Nate Hill is definitely one of them with 1,500 damage.
Well, yeah, a lot of that's actually got to be from last game, right? We saw him, I kind of talked about it a little bit, gave him a little bit of a shout out for pushing back Alex. And I mean, if we're just looking at it on paper, it's like, whoa, like Nate Hill should not be able to push back Alex. I mean, Alex has been playing the game. He's an FNCS champion. Nate Hill, yeah, he's still kind of playing Fortnite, but he hasn't really considered himself or, you know, jumped into the competitions in a very long time. But to kind of see him do something like that and the show on the damage zone leaderboard, really, really cool to see.
I even saw Somerset up there, right? Like,
yeah.
Whoa, what's going on, man? We're putting up some damage numbers here. It is so absolutely amazing. Now, we actually have an interview lined up. Let's check in with Clix and Lacey.
We have to check in with Clix and Lacey because they're 4th place on the leaderboard at the moment, but there's only 11 points separating them from Ron and Canada at the top. Clix, what happened in that last game?
You know, there's a bush in front of us, and unfortunately, they had a mammoth pistol and hit a headshot on Lacey, so he got hit 170. Not a good look. It was hard, but really can't come back when zone's that far, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, Thomas and Somerset, they're going to do that to you once they get the mammoth in their hands. Lacey, what's the strategy going forward?
I'm landing on Somerset. She out the air the entire game.
Well, maybe Somerset's listening to this and she's going to be ready for you. It's a W key situation though, isn't it, Clix? It's anyone's game. All you need is one good game and you can dominate the top again.
Yeah, I mean, these next 3 games are going to be really aggressive, so it's about just staying on par with the aggressiveness and trying to get many kills as possible.
And what's it like knowing that the crowd is on your side?
They're always on our side. You just gotta love the crowd. You love the Clixers, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you got used to them being on your side, but you never take it for granted, right?
Never take it for granted. Super grateful for them.
And what's it like for you, Lacey? Obviously, the former pro player, now in front of the crowd again. Are you loving what you're hearing?
Yeah, you know, as a former professional player.
He's got like $5,000 for his name. That's a former professional player.
Current professional player. You know, it's fun. It's my first LAN. The adrenaline up there on the stage, it's a lot of fun hearing the crowd and seeing everybody cheering us on.
So maybe Major 3, Clix might make some changes to his very successful trio and bring you in?
I don't know. I might have to drop Iamzo. Need a new fragger?
He would literally physically weigh down our team. Like, it's not worth it.
That's such a shame. But you know what?
Yeah, we got a game. We got to go out.
Let's call this the last dance and head back to the desk. I need to sort this situation out.
Oh, God.
Wow. That is crazy.
There's the engagement form we were looking for.
There it is. There it is. Obviously, you know that they're excited. Obviously, that's a character. That's them being characters. That's them being characters. What did you say? Oh, it has to do with the VOD review. Okay.
Well,
okay.
I'm gonna be honest. You know, you're talking about excitement, and we just saw Clix and Lacey backstage. A lot of people are coming to the stage right now. I'm guessing that they might get a little bit more excited in the audience when we do see Clix and Lacey come out. But I just love to hear from Golden Boy that Clix really surprised him, and I think you know, a lot of people kind of just, for whatever reason, see Clix as a content creator first and then a pro player second, but he has just brought so much to the table in Fortnite competitive over these last years.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at some of the stats. I mean, you know me, I love stats. It makes things very, very simple. Peterbot leading the charge right now. 2.8 damage ratio, almost 5K damage done. Look at the eliminations and, of course, the current place. But again, Kelly, you kind of called out. Yeah, they're kind of hitting these good stats, but that placement isn't there.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that, again, goes down to their game style is going for these like early game aggressions and then translating that into this end game. And I just think that typically we can see them go for low ground aggression and then go for the high ground right when the moment's right, but they haven't been able to find that right moment. Peterbot, obviously with Ozzy,
He just always is so good. It's pretty much like that sole reason why he was, you know, finding themselves towards the top of some of these prediction leaderboards.
Yeah. Hey, Lucifer, what are you doing? Did you want to come over? Did you want to come over and say something? Did you want to?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, do you want to hear? Why don't you throw this headset on?
I'm now casting even.
Oh, okay.
we will welcome you. Thank
guys are
you,
doing
Loser
good.
Fruit, for joining
We're
us.
doing good. He's doing so well.
Yeah, he's doing good,
isn't he?
right?
Popping off with the. I think he has the most limbs alongside Peterbot.
Yeah, he
Am I
does.
right?
Yeah, tie.
Hey,
Yeah.
all right, let's go.
So what did you guys talk about during the little bit of a break there?
About continuing to get the most limbs.
Oh.
Saying
Nice.
like placement's cool, winning is cool, but like limbs are fun. So.
Is there a
Fun to
player
watch.
that you're looking to eliminate in particular, though?
Me personally?
Yes.
Somerset. She's wearing my Thomas, yeah, so maybe I'll get a bit of revenge. Hopefully. Anyway, you guys are doing great.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
thank you.
go.
All right, thank you, Loser.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I can't believe Loser Fruit just came up to the stage. Oh my goch, can you guys tell we are having so much fun right now? Oh my goodness. Let's take a look at the standings one last time before we jump back into the game. What a day. David and now Loser Fruit. We're so cool. Anyway, again, reminder at the top, Canada, Saber Ronaldo, after game number 3, again, shocked us all. Just a crazy game. And now I got to ask, Viv, what do we think is going to change for the next 3 games?
I don't know. Is anything going to change, right? We've only seen one duo kind of willing to change up in the early game, Peterbot and Odyssey, right? Switching up their drop spot. Maybe they're kind of going to do something like that again. We just heard from Loserford that they're kind of expecting to continue to kind of go for the most eliminations. I'd love to see Veno and Reddish kind of enter the conversation, right? 11th place. Haven't seen a lot from them.
Yeah, we've seen Veno in the end game as a solo a few times, so being able to just kind of have Reddish there probably, as an opportunity to be a support would really change up their end game there. But for me, what I think we're going to see in game 1, we saw a lot of shockwaves. We saw a lot of shockwaves in the end game, and then games 2 and 3, it was a little bit less. I think in these next few games, these end games, especially with the mobility items, are going to be shaking up that high ground a lot.
I'm curious, will Loser Fruit get the elimination onto Lachlan? The single desire she seeks, the single elimination, will we make that happen? Speaking of course, of other conversations, could we see Thomas HT and Somerset get a victory royale? I mean, Loser Fruit's talking her up.
I mean, will we? I think we definitely can. I think Thomas HD and Somerset, we saw Somerset on the leaderboard there for creators when it comes to damage done, so they're obviously playing pretty well. I would be curious to kind of see the leaderboard for damage done amongst the pros, because I would be not surprised if Thomas HD kind of found himself there. So, I mean, they're doing good in that department. They just got to kind of find themselves to the end game, kind of stick together as a duo.
Yeah, definitely going for that kind of early game aggression stat instead. But Zeke, I just want some more Fortnite. That's what I'm here for, and I think that's what everyone else is here for as well.
I think you guys want more games of Fortnite, right? Are you guys ready? Casters, take us in the game.
Look, we've had enough of a break. The players have all had an opportunity now to revisit some of those first 3 lobby strategies, Jacob, and the revisions have got to come through heavy because some of these teams outside that top 10 leaderboard, they're going to be looking to overtake.
Yeah, during that break, I got a chance to chat not only with some of those players, but with some of the spectators as well, and it's been an agreement. This has to be one of the most fun tournaments that we have seen in a long, long time. The action for the first 3 games were absolutely impeccable, and I expect it to heat up even more because even Cypher PK in one of those interviews said our game plan probably get more aggressive.
It's definitely a sea of Dream and Merge and Xset out there. So Clicks, Lacey, they've got to continue trying to deliver some Victory Royale, see if they can hold on to that first place position. But we've got Game 4 on lock and ready to go.
This is it, the true halfway point of the 2025 FNCS Pro-Am competition, and where you're at on the leaderboard, I feel like dictates how you get to play. In the top 5, business as usual. Anywhere down below, if you're looking for that #1 spot and to be able to hoist that trophy, you might have to get aggressive.
But some things are not going to change as Alex opening up with a big elimination. Loser Fruit said, hey, just keep hunting them down, and he sure is delivering right now, but Faxity, he's going to find the most shield currently at Dirty Docks. Demi kind of hesitating for a moment. Didn't want to take that mammoth pistol shot. Didn't feel like he was going to be able to actually close that gap. Cooper might actually be looking to take the charge though onto Fax.
Just kind of taking their time, feeling things out. They don't want to go ahead and make any decisions that they're going to regret later on. You've got to imagine you take that shot, You annoy them, something you do to Peterbot, and then he kind of hunts you down the rest of that game. As Alex able to get that first elimination and kind of reunite. Side of the map, the dust has settled just a little bit until somebody makes a mistake.
Ron and Flakes just seem like they can't catch a break, though. If it's not Baxity and Reason, if it's not Zemi and Cooper, now they got to worry about Oshi with Alex and Loser Fruit. And another team that the desk kind of called out, hey, we'd like to see them enter a big part of the conversation for today's competition. Peterbot, though, completely taken down. Out of nowhere, typical Gamer and Booga, they just gotten up close and personal. They're tired of waiting for the action to come to them.
Oh, and that is a big loss. Not just the point that they give on over, but the Chug Jug and the legendary Slurp going on over to Typical Gamer. And it's Typical Gamer himself, boxed up Peterbot.
Oh, you know Pete's mad. You know Pete's not gonna let that slide. Booga, Typical Gamer, y'all better watch your backs, because if Pete gets onto the playing floor, it's going to be disastrous. But Mr. Savage, absolute catastrophe for him too. Toyota, Captain Shota, they're opening up big swings here. One elimination onto Savage now means that the exposure is so detrimental here if Savage doesn't get a chance to actually touch base.
Yeah, especially since he just rebooted right in front. They know Lachlan is going to be nearby. Focusing on that one, Alex does go down. Great shot by Moxie. It is going to be a trade, but Alex getting taken down by the Storm. Cypher PK being the hero, making sure that they get the revive. They don't want to waste any time sending Moxie onto the reboot, and they do get to keep their loot. A great heads-up play by Cypher PK closing in on that.
It's exactly what they needed. Alex, on the other hand, probably wishing that this exchange wouldn't have been so even. Good backup, though, from Cypher. At the same time, Captain Shota, Toyota, they found Savage yet again, and they want more, but Savage and Lachlan, they're on the run. It's Lacey. Actually, no, cancel that. Locky. I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry. You know that story about Lacey and Lachlan in the code. It's not the first person to make a little bit of a hiccup there, but they just know Savage and Lachlan have been running around. They're just on the hunt constantly. But now Savage is moving in towards Steamy Stats, and he's hoping with more and more teams over on this north side of the map that this could be a chance for them to get back up. But Benno with the all-seeing eye know that he's a solo, and he's immediately going on the hunt. Waiting for that perfect moment. Savage knows he can't glide up. That would leave him open to getting taken down, but Benno's gonna go ahead and seal that deal anyway.
It's just so unfair. Savage has no shield. And Benno not gonna waste any time, but this could be the problem. Savage being out. Lachlan's gotta buy time now, but Somerset just aggressing so heavily, barely managing to stay up long enough for Savage to be brought back in, but now the question is, will he be able to do the same favor for his duo? Because Somerset and Thomas are keying him heavily.
And this is just disastrous. Koyota, Captain Shota is there as well. They were the ones that originally taken down Savage and Lachlan as a part of their game plan. Thomas and Somerset just taking advantage, but first place right now, taking down Ali A, Kanata, and Stable Ronaldo. Getting busy here in the early game, and they have access to 2 different supply drops on the right side of the map if they want to venture towards the north.
Kanata and Ronaldo seem like they're really starting to find their rhythm here, Jacob, and if somebody's not going to force them to come to a bit of a stoppage, they might just start building a couple points too many for some of these other teams to really keep up with. But Mongrel, Allier, right now, the trouble is both in front and behind them. They're just looking for any sort of a breath of fresh air, but the lobby is just continuing to close in. It's a mayday situation here for Mongrel. And I'm not sure he's going to be left standing for much longer.
In the mini-map alone, there's about 5 teams, so it's not going to be easy for Ali A to get back up into this game. Especially since he's just going to get rebooted over and over again right above Mongo. Typical Gamer and Booga. They were the ones that got that initial elimination onto Peterbot over towards Slurpee. That was able to get him a good amount of loot to take this far into the end game as Ali A gets picked off yet again by Peterbot. Hey, if anybody is going to be a second-half player in this tournament, it's got to be him, right?
Feel bad for Booga, though. He just got robbed a little bit there by Pete. Did all the heavy lifting, landing that body shot with the Mammoth pistol just for the single tag to credit that elimination towards Peterbot. And Pete, 0 complaints. Probably happy
Yeah, he stole
Buka
them.
was able to still set him up indirectly. Zemi Cooper kind of just taking a moment, though. They've got space, they've got time to work with, plenty of material, really solid loadouts, mobility, chug splashes. This is practically everything you could ask for.
Especially since the zone is opening up in their favor, all the way towards the north, all the way behind them to the east. They know it's in zone, and they know the chances of teams being back there is relatively low. Not necessarily impossible, as Peterbot. No, this is not the same replay we've seen. This is just Peterbot bullying Ollie. He said, you know what, Zeke? I don't care what you have to say.
Oh my goodness, this is sickening. Peterbot, let Ollie land, man. This guy, it just gets nothing except a constant replay cycle, Jacob. The lobby is only allowing him to exist to farm elim points off of.
It's like poking the bear. You poke Peterbot one too many times and land near his drop spot.
Look at everybody
And
shooting
then
at him,
Peterbot again! He has 5 eliminations. I believe 4 of them are just farming Ollie A out of the sky. I feel so bad, but it really just means that Mongrel down below, even though he doesn't want to have to push up, I feel like he almost has to do something to cause a distraction.
This is not very wholesome for Ollie A, man. This is brutal work by the lobby. Peterbot and Aussie. The punching bag that's been established in the sky. Aussie maybe keeping tabs though on the next loot crate. Jacob, Cammy, they could be looking like they want to actually steal this one for themselves. But look at Cold and Courage. They're also making their way in.
Oh no.
We got it. Production, take it over. No, you go somewhere else. The other side of the map, please. I can't keep watching this highlight reel of Ollie A being elimed off cooldown.
This is just insane. Peterbot, without the Mammoth either, just dealing tons of damage along with Ozzy, and they have their plan set forward. Then you got one team on one side of the map with Peterbot, calm as can be. On the other side, deep in the zone, 1v1, Thomas versus Veno. A battle of the ages for EU. He's gonna shockwave into the box, cause chaos, but Veno's gonna see that one coming. Quickly builds, trying to defend himself. Thomas not falling off just yet. Misses that opportunity by not firing the shot. That's gonna allow for Veno to stay alive just a little bit longer.
Somerset, gotta keep an eye on her as well. She might be able to actually help out Thomas HD here, and Veno still under so much pressure. Thomas does have a full chug if he needs it, and he's going to have to opt for the chug, but Veno doesn't have any whites. He manages to just barely find a handful of bandages inside of Steamy Sacks, but Thomas, he's putting on so much pressure. He doesn't want to let Veno get any kind of healing off, and sure enough, Veno, he just had the clock working against him.
Yeah, eventually Thomas knew he has to pop the bandage or fight back, and if he fights back, he's going down either way. Luckily for Veno, though, Reddish is going to be there on the outskirts, not necessarily getting contested yet. For Koyota, Captain Shota, they're going to be on top of the Steamy Stacks. They know they can use that to rotate forward, save the shockwaves, the grapples, and the crash pads for later, but they're just waiting to hunt this team down.
Wait, I don't know if Thomas is aware of the fact that those two are even up on top of Steamy Stacks. Luckily, though, they're going to make their departure before they decide to introduce themselves to Somerset and Thomas. Still, trouble brewing on the horizon here for Shota and Koyota. A couple of shots being sent their way, a few strays. Peterbot, no Aussie in sight, but Peterbot's applying so much pressure onto Flakes and Gone, and there's another team just ahead of the other side of those walls. But Peterbot is a solo. Aussie gonna manage to tag team, but it's Aussie and Ollie A just fighting for their lives to try and land here.
That's A-okay. Peterbot
acaban de dejar en este templo de 2000 años de antigüedad.
Esto está muy alto. Estamos rodeados de selva.
¡Nos vemos luego! Vamos a ver qué encontramos aquí. En este video vamos a explorar docenas de templos antiguos, los cuales le han escondido al mundo antiguos secretos mayas a varios metros bajo tierra. Todo lo que pueden ver aquí estaba oculto por los mayas. Nadie puede ir a donde iremos hoy. Y eso incluye explorar una de las 7 maravillas del mundo.